Hey and welcome back. Welcome back to the Academy of Witchwood. Last episode we went ahead and summoned our little demon friend here. And we created our first empty soul gems. And in between episodes I went around, did some exploring and captured a bunch of different mobs. And before we can do anything with those mobs, and actually do why I got these in the first place, I figured we need some mana generation. And this time, not some, low level and not some cheaty non-alchemist ways. No, I want to set up a full Wixie brewing station to generate mana using the alchemical source link. That's exactly what we're going to do today. So I'm going ahead and build a new room over in the lighthouse, and I'll get you right back when we have some place to start setting up the Wixies. And here I have a new door in my lighthouse. Let's take a look inside. I went ahead and built 1.5 layers. You can see here's only half a layer. Currently more like an entrance area. And down here we have another layer that is, for my mana production. Because it is really annoying to get out of here, and I do not want to use my leap spell all the time because I'm just crashing into the ceiling. I really would like to have creative flight around this tower. Also, landing on this ledge, it hurts most of the time. Luckily, as we do have a beacon inside of here, we can make use of a very nice item, which is the magic feather, which flat out grants flight abilities when near a beacon. The higher level the beacon, the further away you can fly. So let me actually get this. We got an elytra when we went to the end. I can dupe the elytra using some alchemy, but I also just can go into the end and find me another one. So let me get a magic feather. I actually think, it completes a quest, which is here in the Arcane Arts. And I get myself another Herbology skill point. The feather goes into a charm slot or can work from your inventory, but I do have some charm slots left. And from here on, I do have creative flight. This is really nice if you are building something. And I think it goes quite a bit out. Let's see how far we can go without falling. Okay, this is actually a lot further than I expected. It is not indefinitely. But as you can see, it has quite a good range. This feather is a lot stronger than I expected. I thought it was like 48 blocks or something like that. But I'm flying all the way out of here. Oh, here it ends. Here it ends. And here I can fly again. So this is the range for a max level beacon. I really can only suggest getting one of these feathers as soon as possible, which makes it a lot easier going around your base. Now let's talk about what we're going to do within this tower. I will recreate the setup that I have here. I will have some plants which gets harvested by a tower, putting inside of a barrel, but we're not going to feed it into some mycelial source link. No, we want to create some potions. So what plants do we want? Well, obviously, Bastion Fruit and Mangosteen, they're just very useful, and you can brew 3-minute positive potions with those, which is just fantastic. I also want to use Sauceberries and Mage Bloom. From Mage Bloom you get spell damage potions, and from Sauceberries you get mana regeneration. And then I'm going to use the Potion Melder and fuse all of these potions together. And it will supply us with plenty of mana when fed into an alchemical source link. To top this off, obviously we will need some of our nether wart. So let me get one set of those and one soul sand to produce awkward potions in the first place. Alright, so what is the setup looking like? Let's start from the very end. Let's start from a source area, and I think I'm going to put this here in this wall. I do have a few source jars, and I'm going to use a source relay splitter to take the source out of the alchemical source link, because the output is a little slow, and distribute it into all of these jars here. Then obviously I need my alchemical source link, which I will just place down here. And this alchemical source link needs to take potions from a potion jar. So let's put this maybe here. This potion jar will be filled by a potion melder, which needs some source, as you just saw, to combine 2 jars into one. So this is one thing, and you can place them directly next to each other. You had to do this in previous versions, but I think nowadays it just works from afar. So I'm going to place 3 of these melders down here, and I need my Dominion wand to say I will send from this last melder into this jar. I can also place 2 more jars here. I will send from this one to this one, and from this one to this one. And then I can also send from this jar into this melder, and from this jar into this melder. Now the melder just says linked jars need potions, so I need to fill those 2 up. Which means I need to provide these 2 melders with 2 jars on their own. Now I do have 6 jars left, I only need 5 of those. And these 5 will be filled with our 4 potions and with Awkward Potion. So let me actually set these up. This one will be the Awkward Potion. Maybe 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Now these potions will be created by my little Wixies. And I've waited for now quite a time to actually set this up. So I'm really happy that we got to this point. We will set up 2 Wixies over here, 1 on this side and 1 on this side. And let's actually summon those in. I love this animation. And here we go. Our little witches are ready to go. Now, what we need to do to tell these Wixies what to do is to provide them with a valid potion next to them, or a valid crafting recipe next to them. And to do that, I have some arcane platforms, which I will just put on the sides of their cauldrons. Like this. These will hold the potions they're asked to craft, And I will also put one in between those two, which will hold the awkward potion that I really hope that goes into this potion jar, or I will make that happen by, well, starting with that and getting rid of the rest. Now the last thing to do is I need to provide the reagents to those things. Which means I need to set up these oak drawers, ideally in the vicinity of the Wixie, so that they can pull the ingredients and do their magic. Important to know is that Wixies neither need water, nor do they need glass bottles to brew potions. They'll just take the ingredients and let water and the potion magically spawn in the jars. Let me put the setup with the drawers and the spell turrets and so on together, and I will get back to you when we are ready to brew the potions. See you in just a second. And here we go. So, what I did is to set up one drawer for each ingredient. Every drawer has one redstone upgrade, so they will stop the spell turrets from casting when they are full for around 150 items. Then I have a spell turret set to 1 second casting on each of those. One is aiming towards a mangosteen, one is aiming towards a sauceberry, one towards bastion fruit, one towards a mage bloom, and one towards netherwort. And I also went ahead and brewed up a total of 15 potions, 3 of each type that I need here, so I put those on the corresponding arcane platforms so that the Wixies can see what's going on here. The other 2 potions I put inside these potion jars, so that every potion has a home where it belongs to. So this Wixie knows every potion of spell damage goes into this jar, every potion of awkward potion goes into this one. Now it's really important to lock these jars, because otherwise, as soon as one is empty, it will get filled with something else. So that's that for the moment. Now I need to configure these spell turrets to actually grow and harvest what is on here. For 3 of those, this is a very easy spell, which is touch, grow, harvest, and pick up. So if I right click this here, you can see it starts harvesting this bastion fruit. I'm using the same over here. It starts with the mangosteen, and I think the same works for over here. Yeah, exactly. So these 3 are working. Now for the sauceberry, for whatever reason, I need to switch the harvest to an interact glyph so that this one actually... Oh, I'm out of sauce. I need to get some sauce. But sauceberry seemingly cannot be harvested but can interact it with, and yeah, that's going here. And for the last one, netherwort can't be bone mealed, so the grow effect also doesn't work. So we don't need this one, but we can harvest it. But other than the other ones, it's just placed on soul's net. So we're doing the same what we did with the sugarcane here, and just tick accelerating the soul's net with the redstone clock. Alright, so other than the sauceberries here, every drawer now should have something in it. We have the mangosteen, we have the netherwort, bastion fruit, and Mage Bloom. So the last thing I need to do is to tell the Wixies where they find their ingredients. Shift right click here, shift right click here, shift right click here and here. So this Wixie now knows where to find Netherwort as well as Mage Bloom to craft their potions. Now with this, all of these potion jars here should be good to go. Now the only thing I need is to get myself one or two, or probably one would be enough, full jars of sauce from my other production and get this kickstarted. And here we go. 2 sauce jars, everything jumps into action, and if I'm not totally wrong, my Wixies should start brewing potions now. If I'm wrong, well, I need to change the entire setup, which would be bad. You say source needed. You say source needed. Why do you not get any sauce? And now the jars are empty. Okay, more sauce. Alright. I do have 3 full jars of sauce. I hope this is more than enough to kickstart this whole operation. And you can see I had to reorganize the melders a little bit, as the input jars need to be within 3 blocks. So now those 2 jars will go into this melder, those 2 jars will go into this one, and the output of those will go into this one, which will finally end up in here. I did set up the relay splitter, so this block will take the sauce the alchemical sauce link generates and distribute it into these sauce jars. I do hope this is enough. Let's see what's going on as soon as I place in these sauce jars. Sauce going everywhere. The particles down here is potion. You can see the melders. I did put the sauce jars directly above it. But you can see this is working and it will output into here, which instantly starts to generate a whole lot of sauce. You can see one is 76% full, the rest is at 13%. If you remember the potion we had at the very beginning, when we tried out the alchemical sauce link, that produced a whole, I think 4% per potion. And now we're filling like 1.5 sauce jars with each potion that is generated. This is a lot. So these jars are now empty. Let's break them. As you can see, everything works out fine now, and all of our sauce jars here are 100% filled. And if I put another one in, this will not take long, and this as well is full. I just need to link that here, and I got my mana production running. I actually had 2 mistakes in my setup before. The first one was that the Wixies over here only didn't get any sauce from back there, so I had to put 1 sauce jar here in the middle to provide everything with sauce. The second one was that I wasn't aware that also these pedestals get redstone locked. So whenever these drawers got full, they locked the platforms beneath them and the Wixies stopped producing anything. So I changed up where the platforms are, or in this case where the drawer sits, and now everything runs as intended. That also means that we can go ahead and take from these source jars here and move the source downwards and upwards. For example, by using these source relays here. So let me actually go ahead. Where do I put this? Maybe directly in here. We will send from one of these source jars here over here. And now I can send from this source relay to wherever I want. And I think I want to have like another 2 source jars up here to get filled from down below. This now enables me to set up like a whole, well, source network, everything coming from here. As long as I have the ingredients here, everything will work out just fine. And from now on, this one source jar here should be more than enough to keep everything here running, even if I empty out everything that is back there. I went ahead and not only connected the source to this jar here above, but I also went down, connected it to this relay here, which is connected to this relay here, which is connected to one inside this tree. And from here on, I went ahead and built myself a little source storage, where I can actually add one more source jar. It also has a splitter up here. You can see sending to now 23 locations, and the jar is filling up from above there. So now I do have, what is this, 34 full source jars that are available anywhere, or at least down here and up there. But sadly, what we will do with all this mana has to wait until the next episode, because my time for this one really ran out. Setting up the Wixies, debugging the whole system took a lot longer than I expected. I'll see you next time, and we'll be setting up, well, a Drip Me farm. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you the next time. Have a great day, have a great evening wherever you are in the world. And I'm signing off. Bye bye.